Hey there, Workforce. Chris here with Work2Game, and today I'd like to talk about a new card game that I just downloaded I'm kind of excited about. Elder Scrolls collectible card game called Legends has just hit the mobile market this last week, and I've gotten to play it, and I have a lot of opinions, but I'd like to first talk about the history of kind of trading card games and how we got to this point, and then kind of my overall thoughts and impressions and whether or not you should get it. Now, Magic the Gathering has obviously dominated the space since it was the original trading card game back in 1993. Wizards of the Coast has had enormous success of it, and most of their competition has come from within Wizards of the Coast. As a side note, if any of you have playing cards from Magic the Gathering from long ago, ideally from that first set of cards, they can be worth a lot of money. And at the time that it released, it really was meant to go alongside alternative games that Wizards of the Coast was also producing, such as D&D. And that's kind of why I found today's game exciting to try, because anytime Wizards of the Coast is not directly involved in a collectible card game, I question its ability to succeed. Even Hearthstone being backed by all of Blizzard has really shocked me with its ability to get to that level of success, but we'll get there. Now, by 1999, Wizards of the Coast had also released Pokemon, which had gone with amazing amounts of success, which actually caused Wizards of the Coast to sell out to Hasbro for something just over $300 million later that year. But by the early 2000s, we'd already started to see some of this growth fall off, especially with a lot of the other titles that were released around that time. And so really there was kind of a lull when it came to card games because they're way labor intensive to create and maintain until Hearthstone released in 2014. Now, within a year, it was generating over $20 million a month, which has made people take note, especially for a game so simple. It's also caused card games to now push to where they have to kind of be in that online space, and you're starting to see other things that have started to flourish in that same time period, such as Ascension. Maybe you've tried it. If not, you should definitely consider it. Now, Bethesda's entry into this market was back in March after a lot of beta testing, but this is the first time it's come to truly mobile. It was on iPad before, but that's not quite the same as, you know, the device that we all keep in our pockets and we carry with us everywhere we go. So it's on iOS and Android as of last week. And the first reason this title excited me is because it's Bethesda. Everything they touch is just has a chance of being gold. They have come out with some of the best games I have ever seen and ever enjoyed, and I can get lost in for hours and hours if you haven't played Oblivion. And so anytime they come to a new platform, whether it be Nintendo Switch or in this case mobile, it's always worth paying attention to. And the second is that it's a CCG, and I haven't had a chance to play one in a long time because most of us have lost the ability to go and collect cards and continue to keep with the newest edition and deck build, and it just takes a lot of time. So with a channel like ours where it's work to game, where gaming is really this secondary hobby and I'm not always able to commit to these schedules and be at a shop and plan on release and launch days and things like that, in addition to the games I'm already committed to, this is a really unique opportunity where I can just pick it up, play a couple hands, and then move on with my day. Hearthstone's already seen over 50 million unique players, and the industry as a whole is supposed to do 1.4 billion this year. So I would say that it's not going anywhere, and that it's definitely worth considering picking one up if you've never tried one. But if you have, you're probably familiar with the genre and kind of what things we'll see. So I think this game's a little bit unique. Now, I downloaded the free app, I've been playing it just a little bit, and there's a couple of things that I've noted are different. First and foremost is that it has two sides to the battle instead of one. So every time you deploy a creature, you're having to pick which side of the battle you want to deploy it for. And it can only interact with either directly with their player or with creatures on that side. Now you'll see a lot of the repeated ideas, such as kind of that guard ability where you can't attack my player until you go through him, or that charge ability, which is kind of that rush ability where when he comes out, he doesn't have to wait a turn to attack. You're seeing a lot of things like actions and enchantments, they're calling them support cards, and different things that are repeated ideas, so nothing is new there. The art is, of course, uniquely Bethesda, but it's not shocking that a card game has beautiful art. So really, across the board, I think that it's just fun to try something that's different than Hearthstone and that is different than Ascension. And so it is a deck building game. It is free. Of course, they're going to have microtransactions. That's how they're going to pay for it. So you can buy packs or you can just earn the gold in game for packs. I haven't really seen a reason that you have to spend money at this point, so if that's your barrier to entry, go ahead and give it a free download. And it's going to take you through a really cool tutorial. It's going to have you play through like 9 matches or whatever, where each one's going to get a little bit more complex until they're ready to have you start playing through chapters to unlock the different segments of play, such as playing against other players and all that. So it really does feather you into the game. It assumes that maybe you're not so familiar with card games. If you are, there's not a lot of forced reading, so you can just kind of skip everything and just drag things onto the board. You'll get the hang of it. So without spoiling too much gameplay, what I'm saying is it is interesting. It is a slightly unique take on the genre with a lot of familiar, successful ideas brought in. And so I think that it's fun to play. So it comes down to the question of, should I buy it, should I borrow it, or should I pass on it? Those are really the three categories I drop all games into. Buying being that, yes, you absolutely should own this. It's worth your money today. It's worth things like pre-orders. It's worth spending money on. Borrow, it's worth doing for free. So if you have a friend that has the game or you can play it somewhere else, give it a shot. If it's a free to play, do the free download, the free trial, but don't spend money. And then pass is honestly, there's just too many good games out there. So even though a game may be decent, it can get lumped into this category sometimes, in my mind, because there's just too many other fun things to try, either directly competing with it or in just like genres. So across the board, I think that card games are an exciting part of the online market, and it's an exciting app to have on your phone for when you have time to pass, maybe you're waiting on lunch or something like that. And so I would go ahead and put this in the borrow category. I don't yet see where it's worth paying money for. I don't see any need for packs or anything like that, other than the fact that I'm just not patient. And so I probably won't be spending any money on this game in the foreseeable future. I don't see any reason that I would have to. I don't feel the need to have the best deck today. I can wait and just log in each day and kind of do my thing. But I also think that it is absolutely worth pushing that download button on. So you guys should go out to the iOS or Android store and give it a shot. And definitely let me know in the comments below. What apps are you kind of spending your most time on? Whether or not you consider that a waste of time, it's definitely fun. I can never toggle more than 2 or 3 at a time, so it's hard to fight its way into that list for me. And I'd love to know what you guys are trying. I'd also love to know what you guys think of card games. Maybe you played them when you were a kid. Maybe you've never even tried one. Definitely let us know in the comments below. Once again, this is Chris with Work to Game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, it's me. Thanks so much for watching this video. You should click over here to see more videos just like it, or you should click down here to check out our recent vlog. But you can also click somewhere down here below to hit the subscribe button, as well as check out our other info. Again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.